thing. You asked me last time what was the big turning point from like the first phase of my life. Well, after I
Right.
was like broke and homeless from trying to run an online business, the big turning point was when I decided I just sat down and I'm like, well, if if nothing were true and I didn't and money wasn't a thing, like what would you really want to do with your life? Like what would you dream to be? And I was like, I want to be a professional surfer. Like that would have been the dream from when I was a little kid, 35 or whatever year old version of me. I'm like, I still would, that would be the shit. And then I broke it down. I'm thinking, well, what's the life of a professional surfer look like? It's like, because there's all kinds of great things. Like you're outside all the time, you're active, you're going to stay young, um, you get to hang out in beautiful places, you hang out with cool people, stuff like that. But then like, what do professional surfers actually have to do? I'm like, well, you either have to win contests or you got to get people to take pictures of you, and you have to like do stuff that your sponsors tell you to do. Whatever that is, that's really the only thing. The only requirement is fulfill your sponsors' obligations so they can keep paying you to go travel around the world and surf. And I'm like, I'm old. I'm never gonna get paid for people to take my picture because I ain't that pretty. I'm never gonna win contests because I'm not that good. I'm not a good surfer. Um, all those things aren't true. But what if I could get sponsors? Like, what would that take? And I'm like, what if I reframe that? And I'm like, my job now is to go surfing. And now everybody that I talk to, the frame for any work I do, whether it's like building a fence or a website or an email campaign, it's like, this is so I can surf. And I started telling that story to people like before they would hire me or when I'd have like an initial conversation, like, well, this is what I do. And so they're like buying into that concept or they're not. And if they don't, then they're shit, then that's fine. But that was the whole frame for it and turned everything around. Like that made everything easy. And I'm like, well, what if I can't get clients? How would I sponsor myself? I'm like, I can sell stuff. So people are offering a commission to sell stuff. That sounds like affiliate to me. I'm like, all right, well, how can I get customers to there? Now I can be my own sponsor and I don't even have to tell that story. And so I was sponsoring myself, and that was it. Like I was looking for like that was the only thing. I was like, how could I sponsor myself? And then later, you do that, and you prove that one thing. People are like, shit, dude, this guy can like make it rain with traffic, and they start asking me to do it. I'm like, well, here's the deal, man. I'm gonna go surfing every day. If you want to sponsor that, this is how I can help you. And it wasn't long before I had a conversation like that, and this dude's like, I want to spend $1 million a month generating leads. And I'm like, dude, I never spent $1 million a month. I don't know if I can do that. He's like, I think you can. He's like, you want to try it? How much do you think it would cost to get lead? I'm like, well, I know I can get leads all day long for $2. And he's like, okay, you get me leads for $2, I'll buy all of them that you can get me. And so it was like, that was it, man. It changed the whole game.